Yup, you threw me down. You threw me down.
In the heart of Orangeburg, a city rich in history and culture, a disturbing incident left its community reeling. It was a warm summer evening when Officer David Lance Dukes, clad in his uniform, responded to a 911 call about a man with a gun in Colton Village townhomes. Little did anyone know that the following events would expose a deep-rooted problem within law enforcement and spark a quest for justice. Welcome to Police Cases, where we delve into the gripping stories that expose the dark underbelly of law enforcement. In today's episode, we unravel the shock events surrounding the Orangeburg Stomp, a disturbing incident that shook a community. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of Police Cases. We bring you thought-provoking content that sheds lights on the complex issues within law enforcement. Join our community of justice seekers as we strive for accountability and change. On July 26th, when Officer David Lance Dukes, clad in his uniform, responded to a 911 call about a man with a gun at Colton Village townhomes. As the sun began to set, the officer cautiously approached the scene, his body-worn camera capturing every move. A female resident had made the call, fearing for her safety as a man, Clarence Galliard, pounded on her door and window. The caller mentioned a gun, but as the situation unfolded, it became clear that the threat was not as imminent as it had seemed. Galliard, a physically disabled black man, was holding a stick wrapped in shiny silver tape, using it as protection from stray dogs and a walking aid. Officer Dukes, accompanied by other officers, demanded Galliard and his cousin, Demario Julian, to get on the ground at gunpoint.
Hey, let me see your hands. Berg, get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground right here! Get on the ground! You! Berg, sharp! Get on the ground! Over here!
Julian complied swiftly, but Galliard moved more slowly because of his physical disabilities caused by a traffic accident a couple of years ago. Officer Dukes grew impatient, and the situation escalated tragically.
Get on the ground! Do you not listen? Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
The body cam footage revealed a shocking act of brutality. As Galliard knelt on his hands and knees, defenseless, Officer Dukes raised his right leg and forcefully stomped on Galliard's neck and head area. The sound of impact echoed through the parking lot as Galliard's head struck the concrete. Galliard's cries for mercy filled the air in the aftermath of the incident. "Y'all bust my head down," he pleaded, reminding the officers of his disability. But his pleas fell on deaf ears. Dukes simply responded callously, "You were not listening."
Y'all bust my head down. Yeah, I've been in an accident. Yeah, y'all bust my head down. You threw me down.
I sure did. You wasn't listening.
Yeah. No, it ain't. You ain't to throw me down like that. I'm disability.
Okay.
I got head problem. Yeah, you threw me down. Yeah, you threw me down. You threw me down. Yep, you bust my head down on the cement.
Do you not listen?
The shocking video footage and the brutality of the act sent shockwaves throughout the community. People demanded justice and answers. Representative Justin Bamberg, also Galliard's attorney, stood firm in the quest for justice, vowing to shed light on the deeper issue plaguing the Orangeburg Department of Public Safety. This is not an Officer David Dukes problem. This is a city of Orangeburg problem, Bamberg declared, determined to expose any systematic issues. As the story gained traction, another character emerged, a beacon of hope amidst the turmoil. Sergeant Aquile Polidor, one of Dukes' colleagues, emerged as a symbol of integrity and honesty. Her body cam footage captured her immediate efforts to de-escalate the situation and her refusal to turn a blind eye to her colleagues' actions. Polidor courageously confronted Sergeant Aaron Mayer, recounting the truth about the incident. Dukes had tried to downplay his actions, but Polidor's unwavering honesty brought the fact to light. The department's internal investigators were swift to react, recommending an outside investigation by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, or SLED. As the investigation unfolded, Orangeburg City Administrator Sidney Evering II addressed the community. acknowledging the gravity of the situation and promising that the trust bestowed upon them would not be diminished. The community saw this as a glimmer of hope, a signal that their pleas for justice were being heard. Officer Dukes was fired 2 days after the incident. Orangeburg Department of Public Safety Chief Mike Adams held a press briefing where he deemed Dukes' actions outside the scope of the department's use of force policies. The SLED investigation led to criminal charges, and Dukes was charged with first-degree assault and $10,000 bond, facing up to 10 years in prison if convicted.
Former Officer David Dukes is no longer with the agency. He was terminated for his actions on that fateful day. He was also charged with assault and battery first degree, which in this state is a 10-year felony offense.
Dukes' defense lawyer, Jack Furse, emphasized that his client had no prior violent history and claimed that the incident was an unfortunate and isolated event. However, it was later revealed that Dukes had been fired from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office due to insubordination, hinting at a pattern of misconduct. In the wake of the incident, the Orangeburg community rallied together, determined to ensure that such brutality would never occur again. They demanded transparency, accountability, and changes within the law enforcement system. Citizens from all walks of life joined hands, attending peaceful protests and town hall meetings, demanding reforms to address systematic racial bias and excessive use of force. The incident was a turning point, igniting a movement for justice and equality. The story of Orangeburg's quest for justice captivated viewers near and far. It embodied resilience as a community united in confronting the deep-rooted issues within law enforcement. Clarence Galliard's courage and the unwavering dedication of Representative Justice Bamberg and Sergeant Aquile Polidor left an indelible mark on Orangeburg's history. As the city moved forward, steps were taken to rebuild trust, implement better training, and establish channels for community input in shaping law enforcement policies. The incident prompted a larger conversation about police reform and accountability, encouraging citizens to participate actively. The journey towards justice was not without obstacles, but the collective spirit of Orangeburg prevailed. The quest for justice transformed a community, inspiring others to challenge injustice and fight for a better future. Thank you for joining us on this eye-opening episode of Police Cases. We hope this story has sparked a fire within you, inspiring you to question the systems in place and demand justice. If you found this content valuable, like this video and share it with others who need to hear these important stories. Remember, together we can create a better future. If you have any suggestions for future episodes or cases you'd like us to explore, comment below. We value your input and strive to bring you the most compelling content. Stay tuned for more gripping narratives of justice and injustice in law enforcement. Subscribe now and be a part of the movement for change.